User doesn't realize altering his PC with power tools will void the warranty. About 5 years ago I worked in phone support for a small company that sells PCs designed specifically for seniors and folks with no prior computer experience. I have a million stories, but this one is short and sweet. The PCs themselves were touchscreen all-in-ones running custom software. We shipped them with a mouse, keyboard, stylus, and anything else needed to get non-savvy users up and running comfortably. One day I received a call from an older gentleman, Phil, who wanted to know how his under-warranty repair was going. From his case notes, I saw that the PC reportedly would not power on. We received it in shipping yesterday, and it was with our repair techs. Because we were a small company, the warehouse and repair area were in the same building about 20 feet from my desk. I walked over and asked around. The repair attempt hadn't started yet, so one of the repair guys and I unboxed Phil's PC. What we found that he neglected to tell us was that he had drilled a hole in the PC's case, right above the power button. Unfortunately, his modification attempts nicked the power button as well. Phil was unhappy when I informed him that we would not process his repair under warranty due to causing the damage himself. He suggested that we should pay him for the idea of adding a pen holder where users could place their stylus somewhere convenient. In the end, we shipped Phil's PC back without repairs as he did not want to pay for them, and later models of that PC included a plastic clip on the side to hold the stylus. Raise your hand if you ever had to deny the customer batteries for their corded mouse. Issue: mouse doesn't move, needs batteries. Mouse incompatible with batteries. Chrome frozen. Mouse moves otherwise. Users' issues resolved via restart. Surprisingly didn't come up. However, more than once I had to explain why a wireless mouse needs batteries. Well, that makes much more sense. It doesn't require much knowledge about anything to come to the conclusion that blindly drilling a hole into something might break it. Doesn't it? I remember lots of recent posts about audio plugs being drilled into iPhones. It takes some knowledge, just not a lot to realize those are bad things. It also takes a brain cell or two, which many users don't have. The thing is, it's also the rule on using a drill. You don't drill into something when you don't know what's behind it. I guess it's a holdover from an era when everything was wood. Many eons ago, when I was one of those young whippersnappers, at the start of my IT life, I worked in a certain PC retailer in the UK. And was lucky enough to become the guy on the tech support desk. We had a guy bring in a box. Inside said box was a SFF PC, which had a massive chunk sawed out of it where the PC slots were. This is not booting. Can I have this looked at under warranty? I only bought it last week. Cue me looking shocked. Why is there a massive hole cut out of it here? I needed to upgrade the graphics, and the card wouldn't fit, so I took an angle grinder to it to make the space needed. The PCI slots. Destroyed. Motherboard. Destroyed. And yesterday I learned L got upset when I told him it wasn't covered by warranty. I had a guy try to upgrade his graphics card, empty C slot, and he thought the integrated raised board for the VGA plug was the existing graphics card. So he got his pliers out and pulled out off. Permanently ruined the integrated VGA port but did not damage the rest of the board, surprisingly. Pliers though. Why would anyone think pliers are the tool required? Lol, yeah, the dude called me and goes, it's a little hard to get out. I had to get the pliers out. And I told him, no, stop. That's never a tool to work on computers. Bring it in to me and I'll look at it. This sounds suspiciously like a PC loaded with a custom Linux distro that makes being an ISP tech support hack. You're not wrong. Our intent was usually to get customers to call us first so we could triage and help call their ISP together only if needed. Although there were always techs who saw that as extra work. Yeah, I think it is weird that you void hardware after installing Linux. Like, bruh, I didn't even untie a screw, how am I a criminal now? Well, if you can just put the software back to how it was and the OEM can't tell the difference other than it being stock software, they may not even be able to have any reason to say the warranty is void. Yeah, like some Asus software bundled with Asus pre-builds consisting Smart Charge USB-C charging, Asus Software Center, Asus Gift Box and one other. I can easily get all of those software without any problems, and maybe flash a custom BIOS to make sure they don't realize it was even altered. Before loading Linux on a new notebook, always pull the OEM drive and put it somewhere safe until the warranty expires. I haven't seen a BIOS that monitors the OS yet. I would return that crap immediately. Haven't seen BIOS that is choosy. Bro, I think you should check out some pre-builds with pre-installed Windows. Many people in r/Linux have complained about their BIOS being old as heck due to not updating. You can always flash a custom one though. For some reason, I was expecting Power Tools to be the name of a piece of software. Haha, You've just reminded me of some Windows software I enjoyed in the 90s. That would let you destroy your desktop with a variety of implements, chainsaws ripping gouging it, gunshots leaving little bullet hole, etc. It was probably called Power Tools or something similar. Desktop Destroyer. That's the one. Before we killed time on Reddit, we just killed our desktops. I need more coffee. I thought Power Tools was referring to a set of apps. You're thinking of Power Toys? Ha! No. I know it's made a recent comeback, but I remember it from Win95. Pre-coffee brain fog had me thinking Power Tools in r/talesfromtechsupport mode. I don't normally immediately think about literal power tools when I think about IT/tech support. Am I the only one that misread Power Tools with Power Toys, and did ask himself how that would void the warranty? There's a lot of people in the comments, myself included, that made that error. To be fair, that sort of thing should be in black and white for the DIY generation. I mean, at the least the warranty was included in the print instruction manual, simple, covered all basic areas, with color pictures sent out with each device. I've had old people try to fix their microwaves. It's not the kiddies that need warning labels these days. I'm a younger person and have fixed microwaves, just a blown fuse, mind you. Cluelessness is intergenerational. P. Bet you didn't try to use a chisel on the back panel and put it truth the solenoid. Chisel? Microwave? Error. Just makes me think of the classic hardware abuse section on Rinkworks. The whole site hasn't been updated since 2013, but many of these still kill me. So did you pay him for the pan holder idea? I mean, you did end up implementing it, just slightly altered. That's a user request, not an idea that the user sold. A store that starts carrying a certain product because of customer demand doesn't pay the customers that asked for it either. Power Tools? Probably an app. Read story. I should know by now to always expect the worst case scenario on this subreddit. Customer breaks stuff and will not acknowledge it. Worst one I had was a customer came in with a laptop. Swear it was working earlier that week and that we did something to it and it's not working anymore. Computer wasn't in the shop since the day it was bought. So I opened the laptop, press start, and would you look at that, the screen now has a recess in it in the shape of a popular TV cable provider remote in it. Customer swore it wasn't them, and that we somehow had to be the one responsible. Called management, etc. Turbo Karen mode engaged. Turn out we didn't sell those remote. So it was impossible to begin with. Obviously you don't value the innovation of some of your customers' eyes rolling. See, I would have repaired that for free, because with older people goodwill goes a long way, especially with free advertising. A quick 30 seconds wire bodge to fix the button damage is nothing while you already got it on the bench. That's fair. It was one of the boss's calls at the time after the repair guy and I looked at each other and went, How much were the computers? When I worked in cell phones, a coworker had a similar one. Customer had drilled through his smartphone to make a hole for a lanyard. Hot glue didn't occur to the gentleman. Just, what the actual peep? How did that guy not electrocute himself and or fry the PC completely? Most of the voltages inside a PC are 5 or 12 V DC. You wouldn't even recognize it as a tingle TBH. And it's DC. A power button is a simple fix though. For the money this company probably makes upselling old people on overpriced tech, they easily could have spent the $2 to replace the power button, charged $30 for the repair or written it off, and sent it back. It is, but it's a long time since I've seen a switch as a replaceable part. So finding a suitable switch and wiring it in becomes fiddly, and you wind up being on the hook for a repair that you only carried out as a goodwill gesture in the first place. Warranty work is invariably carried out at a loss anyway. The last thing you want to do is add to the losses. Ha! I had to do this once on a server when Dell's new at the time tool-free takedown levers weren't working. My husband had a complaint call. The woman's computer apparently didn't boot up right. He goes up there to check it out, and she has big magnets on her computer to hold the kids' photos on. Same job, but different lady. He is trying to walk the person through something over the phone. He tells her to right-click on the mouse button. Nope, she still can't get it to work. He goes up there, and sees this. A computer mouse where there are the letters, click on it. No, I am not kidding. This was in the 2000s, and this lady was still not used to how computers work, as her whole life had been a paper filing system. God. I get so many similar instances of customers taking apart our duct fans and doing weird things to them, then expecting us to honor the warranty when they clearly took an action that voided it as explicitly stated on the warranty policy. Customers never stop with being as wrong as they have always been. Dash. Underscore. What is the magic machine you speak of? And where do I get one? No, seriously. Flashing back to every time a customer has proudly told me that they took the cover off, so I know it's not something simple, and I'm like, well, that voided your warranty, so. TLDR anyone? I have to wonder why you're in a Tales sub when you're not willing to read 300 words of a tale. Bro, I'm on mobile. Leave me alone. Then don't read the story. But it literally undoes the point of a let's tell each other stories of our woes sub. If we don't actually tell full stories because they're more than 10 words. It's like going to the pub with your colleagues on a Friday after work, and being like, dude, just give me the TL. Drive. Like it's really not that long. The whole thing fits on my pretty low resolution phone.